Recently, I read, consider it joy when you're going through trials. What? I mean, really, who loves a good trial? Not very many people, right? But we're supposed to consider it joy, is what it was saying. And I stopped and I was starting to think about it. And I was like, you know what? There's some real truth in that. There's real truth in the fact that if you look back at challenges in your professional life with teammates, with customers, with your business, if you look back in your personal life with your family and your relationships, there's really some things that we can reflect on and say, wait a second, first is this: complaining, being bitter, being angry. None of those things changes the situation. As a matter of fact, I believe it makes them worse, right? Now you're not only carrying the trial, but then now you make yourself, and you just start to go crazy because you're complaining. So we need to stop complaining and take a different approach and see this as an opportunity. Now, it doesn't mean there's not going to be pain. It doesn't mean it's not going to be hard, but it means that we work through it, not complain about it. Secondly, when I reflect back at some of my greatest trials, and some of them were decisions that I made, and some of them were things that happened to me, I can actually look back and see that there was a real learning opportunity. There was something that I learned that I said, you know what, I really should not do that. Or I really should do this. Or you know what, when things happen, how can I learn? How can I be better in my interpersonal skills? How can I be more proactive? There is a learning through every trial. Now, sometimes we can't see it in the middle of it, but at the end of it, a lot of times we can then look back and reflect, and there is something to learn. There is a lesson in everything, is what I always would say to my boys when they were growing up. There's a lesson in everything. And the third thing, I think this is just as important as the first two, and maybe even more so, according to Kelly Clarkson. See, it's going to make you stronger. See, when you come out of this trial, you will have been refined, right? Don't let it define you. Let it refine you. And you will be stronger. It will give you more character. It builds maturity. It builds experience and responsibility. And it prepares us for the next thing that is even more challenging. See, there's a reason that kids go through school and they're constantly preparing for the next grade. They're preparing for life, which becomes even more challenging. But even as adults, we're preparing for the next thing. Sometimes we just don't like the preparation. The trial can be hard, but it does make us stronger. If we realize that being negative and complaining about it just makes it worse, if when we're done, we learn and reflect on it, and as we persevere through it, we will come out stronger on the other side. And it does not mean that there will not be pain and there not be maybe some real hard times. You say, well, Randy, you don't understand, right? You don't understand because I lost a loved one and it's hard. No, I did. I understand that. Randy, I just lost my job. No, I've been fired. I've lost my job too. Yeah, Randy, we're having a tough time with this customer and we've lost all kinds of money and our business is suffering. Yep, I've seen my business suffer. The pandemic did a great job of that, right? I mean, we've all been there, right? And the reality of it is that when we're in the storm, these things don't make a lot of sense. But as you're going into one, or as you're going through one, or as you're coming out of one, I want you to remember those three things. And the reality, my friends, is you're either heading into a storm, you're in it, or you're coming out, because that's just life. And so we need to know how to navigate tough times. And I hope these three principles today help you do just that. However, if you need more help, or if you think, you know what, this would be great for my team, connect with me. I'd love to come in. Live events are an awesome way to do this. Thanks for listening. I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you real soon.